Let's do this question. X plus 5y is equal to 12 and minus x plus 3y is equal to minus 4. Now quantity A is x and quantity B is 2. Pause the video, give it a try, and then let's do it together. Alright, we are back. I hope you have given it a try. Now remember, in this type of a question, you cannot plug in numbers, right? Because you have a criteria given over here, and only by solving this can you find the value of x and y. Alright, so we have x plus 5y is equal to 12 and minus x plus 3y is equal to minus 4. Now if we add these two equations, on your left hand side you have 5y plus 3y because these two cancel out, right? So you get 8y is equal to 12 minus 4, which is equal to 8. Therefore y is equal to 1. Now plug in this value into this equation over here. So you get x plus 5 is equal to 12 or x is equal to 7. So option A or quantity A is 7 and quantity B is 2. Therefore the correct answer to this question is option A. Let's do this question. In a class, there are 7 more girls than boys. The number of girls in the class is A. Now quantity A is the total number of children in the class and quantity B is 2A minus 7. Alright, pause the video, give it a try, and then let's do it together. Alright, we are back. I hope you have given it a try. Now, the best way to solve this question is just plug in numbers. Alright, now remember, when you plug in numbers, it has to satisfy the condition given in the question stem. Alright, so we have girls and boys in this class. Now, it's given that the number of girls is A and it's given that there are 7 more girls than boys. So if the number of girls is A, the number of boys will be A minus 7. Alright, now let's take that A is equal to 8. Alright, in that case, the boys would be 8 minus 7, which is equal to 1. And the total number of children in this class will be 8 plus 1, which is equal to 9. So quantity A, if we plug in these two values, is equal to 9. And what is 2A minus 7? That would be 2 into 8 minus 7, which is equal to 16 minus 7, which is also equal to 9. Therefore, these two are equal, and hence the correct answer to this question is option C. Let's do this question. X is greater than 0 and y is greater than 0. Now quantity A is 3 plus x into 5 plus y and quantity B is 15 plus xy. Alright, pause the video, give it a try, and then let's do it together. Alright, we are back. I hope you have given it a try. Let's do it together. Now let's simplify the expression given as quantity A by opening the brackets. So that would be 3 into 5, you get 15 plus 3 into y, which is 3y, and x into 5, that's 5x, and x into y, that's xy, right? So this term over here expands as 15 plus 3y plus 5x plus xy, and as quantity B, you have 15 plus xy. Alright, now let's do operations on the quantities. Now over here you can notice that on quantity A and quantity B, you have 15 plus xy, right? So let's subtract 15 plus xy from both the quantities. Now quantity A becomes 3y plus 5x and quantity B will become 0, right? Now again, clearly you can see that quantity A will be greater than quantity B because this term over here has to be greater than 0 because x and y is greater than 0 as per the question stem, right? Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option A. Let's do this question. Anil owns X cars. Mukesh bought 5 more than half as many cars owned by Anil. Now quantity A is the number of cars bought by Mukesh and quantity B is x plus 7 by 2. Alright, pause the video, give it a try, and then let's do it together. Alright, we are back. I hope you have given it a try. Now you can solve this question either by plugging in numbers or by using algebra. Let's try both. Now if I take x as 4, that is the number of cars owned by Anil. Alright, what would be the number of cars that Mukesh has bought? That would be 5 more than half as many owned by Anil, which is 4, right? So M, let's take that as M. M would be equal to 5 plus 4 by 2, which is equal to 7. Alright, now in this case, quantity A is the number of cars bought by Mukesh, which is 7, and quantity B is x plus 7 by 2, which would be 4 plus 7 by 2, right? Which is equal to 5.5. Alright, so you can clearly see that quantity A is greater than quantity B. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option A. Now let's quickly see how you can solve this using algebra. Now it's given that Mukesh bought 5 more than half as many cars owned by Anil. So this is x, right? So m would be equal to 5 plus x by 2, right? So this simplifies to 10 plus x by 2, right? Now we have to compare 10 plus x by 2 as quantity A and 7 plus x by 2 as quantity B, right? Clearly 10 plus x by 2 is greater than x plus 7 by 2, and hence the correct answer to this question is option A. Let's do this question. X is not 0 and 5 by x plus 1 by 6 is equal to 1 by 3x. Alright. Now quantity A is x and quantity B is minus 3. Pause the video, give it a try, and then let's do it together. Alright, we are back. I hope you have given it a try. Now remember, you cannot plug in numbers over here, right? X has to satisfy the condition given over here. Now we have 5 by x plus 1 by 6 is equal to 1 by 3x. Let's solve this by multiplying both the sides of this equation with 3x, right? So that will help us simplify this equation over here. So I multiply 3x on the left hand side and the right hand side. So the left hand side becomes 15 plus x by 2, right? And the right hand side is 1. Now let me take 15 to the right hand side. So I get x by 2 is equal to minus 14, or x is equal to minus 28. So x is equal to minus 28 and quantity B is minus 3. So clearly quantity B is the greater quantity, and the correct answer to this question is option B. Let's do this question. 3x plus 5 is equal to 10 and 7y plus 2 is equal to 15. Now quantity A is x and quantity B is y. Alright, now pause the video, give it a try, and then let's do it together. Alright, we are back. I hope you have given it a try. Let's do it together. Now it's given that 3x plus 5 is equal to 10. Therefore, x will be equal to 5 by 3, right, on solving. Similarly, 7y plus 2 is equal to 15. Therefore, y is equal to 13 by 7 on solving. Now we have x as 5 by 3 and y as 13 by 7. We just need to find which among these two is bigger. For that, let's cross multiply. We multiply 5 and 7. That's 35, and we write it over here where the numerator is, right? And we multiply 13 and 3 and we write it over here. So 5 into 7 is 35 and 13 into 3 is 39. So 35 is less than 39. So the same relation holds for these two fractions. That is 5 by 3 is less than 13 by 7, and hence the correct answer to this question is option B. Let's do this question. X plus y is equal to minus 3. Quantity A is x and quantity B is y. Pause the video, give it a try, and then let's do it together. Alright, we are back. I hope you have given it a try. Now to solve this type of questions, do operations on the quantities provided. Alright, you can also plug in numbers. You could use either method. Now let's try doing operations on the quantities. Now if I add y to quantity A and quantity B, right? Now quantity A will become x plus y, and that is equal to minus 3 as per the question stem, right? And quantity B will become y plus y, which is equal to 2y. Now I need to compare minus 3 and 2y. Let me divide both the sides by 2, right? So I get quantity A as minus 3 by 2 and quantity B as y. Now this is what I need to compare. Now when I choose values for x and y, all I need to remember is x plus y has to be equal to minus 3. There is no criteria other than this given, right? So definitely the answer will be D. Let me show that to you. If I take x as 0 and y as minus 3, it satisfies the given criteria, right? In this case, you can see that I have minus 3 by 2 as quantity A and minus 3 as quantity B. In this case, quantity A is greater than quantity B. What if I take x as minus 3 and y as 0, right? That is also possible. In this case, I have minus 3 by 2 and 0 is greater than minus 3 by 2. So the relationship is not constant, it's varying, right? Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option D. Let's do this question. A, B, C are three consecutive even integers such that A less than B less than C. Now quantity A is A plus C minus 1 and quantity B is 2B plus 1. Alright, pause the video, give it a try, and then let's do it together. Alright, we are back. I hope you have given it a try. Let's do it together. Now let's start by plugging in some numbers. Let's take three consecutive even integers. I can take 0, 2 and 4, right? These are consecutive even integers. Remember, 0 is even, right? Because 2 into 0 is equal to 0. All right. Now, over here we have 3 consecutive even integers. Now, as per this criteria over here, A will be 0, B will be 2 and C will be 4. Now, A plus C minus 1 will be 0 plus 4 minus 1, which is 3, and 2B plus 1 is 2 into 2 plus 1, which is 5. So, I am getting quantity B as the greater quantity. Let me try another set of numbers. I have minus 2, 0 and 2. Now, A plus C minus 1 will become minus 1 and 2B plus 1 is equal to 1. Again, I am getting the same relationship, right? Therefore, you can either be satisfied with this and proceed by marking option B, or to be certain, you have to use algebra, because as we discussed before, unless you get 2 contradictory scenarios, you cannot be certain with just plugging in numbers. All right. Now, over here, let me show you how you can approach this with algebra. Now, we know that A plus C will be equal to 2B because these are 3 consecutive even integers, right? That's what we have over here. Why is this so? Let's take A as X. What would be B? B would be X plus 2 and C would be X plus 4, right? So what is A plus C? That is X plus 4, which is equal to 2X plus 4, right? And what is 2B? That's 2 into X plus 2, which is again 2X plus 4, right? So A plus C is equal to 2B. So I can substitute 2B instead of A plus C. All right. Let me make some space over here. Now, therefore, quantity A is nothing but 2B minus 1, right? Now, quantity B is 2B plus 1, and therefore, quantity B is greater than quantity A, right? If you have 2B minus 1 and 2B plus 1, definitely quantity B will be greater. Now, if you have a confusion about this, you can easily check this. Try to subtract 2B from both the quantities. So, you are left with minus 1 in quantity A and 1 in quantity B. And 1 is definitely greater than minus 1. This is performing operations on the quantities, right? Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option B. Let's do this question. A is an even integer. Quantity A is 1 by 7 to the power A and quantity B is minus 7 to the power A. Pause the video, give it a try, and then let's do it together. Alright, we are back. I hope you have given it a try. Let's do it together. Now, we solve this by plugging in numbers. Alright, now if I take A as 2, what is quantity A? That would be 1 by 7 to the power 2 and quantity B is minus 7 to the power 2, right? Clearly, minus 7 to the power 2 will be 49 and that is greater than this over here, which is a fraction. And remember, A is an even integer. Alright, so I've tried A is equal to 2. What happens if I take A as a negative even number? If A is minus 2, what happens? Quantity A will be 1 by 7 to the power minus 2. Remember, x to the power minus 2 is 1 by x to the power 2, right? So we use this property over here. 1 by 7 to the power minus 2 will be equal to 7 to the power 2, right? So you keep the same power, but you inverse what you have over here. That's what you're doing over here, right? Instead of x, you have to write 1 by x and minus 2 will become 2, right? So you have to take the inverse. So 1 by 7 to the power minus 2 is equal to 7 to the power 2 and minus 7 to the power 2 will be equal to 1 by minus 7 to the power 2 because this is minus 2, right? So again, you have to take the inverse and you raise it to the power 2. Now you're comparing these two numbers. So this over here is 49 and this is a fraction. So the relationship is changing, right? So over here it was less than, over here it is greater than, and hence the correct answer to this question is option D. Let's do this question. A is a negative even integer. Let's do this question. A is a negative even integer. Quantity A is 1 by 5 to the power A and quantity B is minus 5 to the power A. Pause the video, give it a try, and then let's do it together. Alright, we are back. I hope you have given it a try. Let's do it together. Now, the best way to solve this question is by plugging in numbers. Now, what happens when A is equal to minus 2? And remember, you can only plug in negative even integers because that's the criteria given in the question stem. Now, over here, this becomes 1 by 5 to the power minus 2, which is equal to 5 to the power 2, right? So, that's your quantity A. What about quantity B? This is minus 5 to the power minus 2, which is equal to 1 by minus 5 to the power 2. All right. So over here you get 25 and this is a positive fraction, right? So definitely quantity A is greater than quantity B, and hence the correct answer to this question is option A. Now let's also try to do this using operations on quantities. And remember, do you need to check more numbers? You don't need to, right? Because you can observe that you using a number sense that the same thing will happen if you take -4, right? Again you'll get a positive number over here and you'll get a fraction over here. So the relationship is not going to change if you try different negative even integers. That's why we can conclude that the answer is A. Now let's perform operations on quantities to approach this question in a different manner. Again, we start with the quantity A and quantity B in this manner. Now let's multiply both of these with 5 to the power A. Alright, now quantity A will become 1 by 5 to the power A into 5 to the power A, which is equal to 1, right? Because 5 to the power A is a positive number, so you can do that. So your quantity A is equal to 1. What about quantity B? That's minus 5 to the power A into 5 to the power A. So minus 5 to the power A is nothing but minus 1 to the power A into 5 to the power A. So I'm multiplying this with 5 to the power A. So this becomes minus 1 to the power A into 5 to the power A plus A, because the base over here is 5 and it's 5 over here. So I can keep the base as the same and I'm adding the powers. Alright, now let's try to observe this. A is given as a negative even integer. So definitely minus 1 to the power A will be positive 1 and 5 to the power A plus A will be a fraction, right? Because A plus A will be a negative number and 5 to the power a negative integer will be a fraction. So your quantity B is a fraction and your quantity A is 1. Definitely quantity A is greater than quantity B, and hence the correct answer to this question is option A. Let's do this question. In the question stem, it's mentioned that AB is greater than 0 and quantity A is 4 by A plus 7 by B and quantity B is 4B plus 7A divided by A plus B. Pause the video, give it a try, and then let's do it together. Alright, we are back. I hope you have given it a try. Now, over here it's given that A into B is greater than 0. So what does it mean? It means that either A and B has to be positive, right? Or A and B has to be negative. Then only this criteria will be true, right? If you take one of them as 0 or one of them as positive and the other as negative, then this criteria over here will not hold, right? So either both of them has to be positive or both of them has to be negative. So this is something that you need to keep in mind while plugging in numbers. Alright, so quantity A is 4 by A plus 7 by B and quantity B is 4B plus 7A by A plus B. Alright, now let's try some values. What if I take A and B as 1? So over here quantity A becomes 4 by 1 plus 7 by 1, which is equal to 11, and quantity B becomes 11 by 1 plus 1, which is 11 by 2. So clearly quantity A is greater than quantity B. Now remember, when you plug in numbers, you need to have a good range of numbers. Now over here we have tested this scenario. Now let's test this scenario where A and B are negative. What if I take A as -1 and B as -1? Now in this case quantity A is 4 by -1 plus 7 by -1, which is equal to -11, right? And quantity B is -11 by -2, which is 11 by 2. So this is a negative number and this is a positive number, right? Therefore this is greater, right? Now you can see that the relationship varies. Over here we got greater than and over here we are getting less than. So the relationship varies and hence the correct answer to this question is option D. Let's do this question. A is greater than 0. Quantity A is A by 9 and quantity B is 9 by A. Pause the video, give it a try, and then let's do it together. Alright, we are back. I hope you have given it a try. Let's do it together. Now A is greater than 0. So I can multiply both the sides by A, right? We are doing operations on the quantities. Alright, so if I multiply both the quantities with A, my quantity A becomes A square by 9 and quantity B is equal to 9. Alright, now let me multiply both these quantities by 9 so that I can get rid of this denominator over here. Alright, so if I do that, quantity A is equal to A square and quantity B is equal to 81. Alright, now we need to compare these two quantities. the only thing given is A is greater than 0, right? So definitely the answer to this has to be D, right? Because I could take A as 1. In that case, 1 is less than 81. I could take A as 100. In that case, 100 square is greater than 81. So it's varying, right? So definitely the answer is option D. Let's do this question. A is less than 0. Quantity A is A by 13 and quantity B is 13 by A. Alright, pause the video, give it a try, and then let's do it together. Alright, we are back. I hope you have given it a try. Now over here, A is a negative number. So don't try to multiply both the quantities with A. Because if you multiply two quantities with a negative number, then the inequality sign will change, right? So let's not do that. Let's solve this question by plugging in numbers. Now what happens when A is equal to minus 1? Quantity A becomes minus 1 by 13 and quantity B is 13 by minus 1. So clearly minus 1 by 13 is greater than minus 13. Alright, now what happens when A is equal to minus 26? So why am I doing this? Because I want the magnitude of the numerator to be greater than 13, right? So I'm trying to create a scenario which is different to what we have over here. Alright, now in this case, my quantity A is minus 26 by 13 and quantity B is 13 by minus 26, right? So clearly this one is greater than what we have over here, right? So this is minus 2 and this is minus 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 2 is greater than minus 2. So we have a scenario where the situation is reversing and hence the correct answer to this question is option D. Let's do this question. A machine produces widgets at a constant rate of 3 every second. Now quantity A is the number of widgets produced in 3 hours and quantity B is 9,000. Alright, pause the video, give it a try and then let's do it together. Alright, we are back. I hope you have given it a try. Now, it's given that in 3 seconds, one widget is produced, right? So in 1 second, 1 by 3 of a widget would be produced. Now we have 3 hours over here. Now 3 hours is 3 into 60 seconds, right? So we have 3 hours. Converting this into minutes is by multiplying with 60. So we have 3 into 60 minutes and 1 minute is 60 seconds. So if you multiply this with 60, you get the number of seconds in 3 hours. So we have 3 into 60 seconds. So in this much amount of time, there would be 1 by 3 into 60 widgets produced, right? So this 3 and this 3 cancel out. So 60 into 60 widgets would be produced. So quantity A is 60 into 60 and quantity B is 9,000, right? So let's divide both quantity A and quantity B with 100 so that these two zeros cancel out, right? So quantity A is 36 and quantity B is 90. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option B.